Welcome back to This Guy's Garage. We got so many questions on the low volume, low pressure paint system that we just had to buy one to check it out for ourselves. So let's get that unboxed and we'll find out what this gun is all about. Coming up. So I bought the Auarita K400. Not because it was the cheapest, not because it was the most expensive. Well, that box is a pretty rough shape, but it made it. All right. I purchased this with my own money, so I have no obligations to inflate anybody's ego. Comes with all the usual stuff. So here we go. Just keeping an eye on what's in the package. Low volume, low pressure. Well, me thinky. So I bought the 1.4 tip because it's right in the middle. I'd rather have it be a little bigger in the tip size than a little smaller because I can adjust my fluid tip so that it'll simulate the 1.3. First things first, before we get too far in this. Pressure. It's not a measure of force, it's a measure of resistance. So take a turbo compressor, for example, to give you an example. I want to make sure that you understand it. So a turbo capable of making 400 horsepower. In an efficient engine may only need 20 pounds of boost. In a very inefficient engine, it may require 40 psi. It's a measure of resistance. So, right off the hop, the reason why I talk about this is what it comes with. A high volume fitting. So right off the bat, this tells me that this is it's a low pressure of a high volume of air, which I would say this thing is pretty close to being at the hip with the high volume, low pressure. Just because it says low pressure doesn't mean it's low volume. So we got to find out if this thing's going to work for. The reason why most people are interested in this gun is the claims that it will work for a small compressor. So we're going to find out about that. We have our cup here. Standard cup. It's not hard to get close some of these cheaper guns. The paint tops can be a bit cantankerous. So I paid $80 for this gun. I paid enough to get something half decent. Here's the pièce de résistance. It's the K400 low volume, low pressure paint gun with a 1.4 air cap. Look in here. The air diffuser here on the outside seems to be filled up with something, so I'm not sure. See here? That's your outside air cap, which is supplied by these outside diffusers. So I'm not sure if there's a problem with this gun right off the bat or not. So I am going to put some water in it here in a little bit and see what it sprays like before I start going messing with anything. Maybe that them blockages are supposed to be there. I'm not 100% sure. So before I go messing with it, I'm gonna have a look at that. As far as the manual goes, I'm not seeing anything in here as far as technology or changes to the paint gun to make it be different from anything else. Alright, very little in the way of instructions. So, we're going to have to figure this out all on our own. So, as you can see, like all these Chinese guns, it's full of oil. So, this has to be cleaned out very well with lacquer thinner to get rid of all the grease, oil, and contaminants, because it will ruin your paint job if you use this right at the box. So right away, when I'm pulling the trigger and I'm setting my fluid, I just had the needle out of this, so it's already starting to push the trigger back. So we'll leave that out all the way for a good fluid setting. It has the air adjustment built into the gun. Let's put it together, see what we got. We'll put some water in it for testing purposes because I won't poison myself while I'm talking to you about how I think it sprays, and water has a very good viscosity range. So the recommended viscosity range for this is, if you have a viscosity cup, it says is between 15 and 25 seconds to empty out that pot. So that's what this gun is capable of dealing with. It doesn't even give good instructions on pressure. Now them must be plugged up for a reason, because the output of the gun, the pattern seems to be normal enough. Distinct oval. A distinct oval shaped pattern, which is what you're looking for. So when I'm setting up a new paint gun, I'm generally going by sound, and feels like it's about 30 psi. I don't go by a pressure gauge, or I don't even put a regulator on it. I want to hear what it sounds like. Sound is the key. So, first impressions, so far so good. But the proof is in the pudding. So we're going to try this out. I got some fenders that just come in for my S10 project, and we'll get them edged. Some upcoming videos, we are going to be talking about orange peel, how to resolve it while you're painting. Types of clear coat that you can use, what the differences are, what application you might want to use it in. Paint systems, as far as more than just base coat, clear coat. We'll be talking about complete paint systems from different manufacturers like PPG, DuPont, R&M, just to name a few. We really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps get this information out there. Share with your peers and your like minds. So hopefully today's video answered some questions for you, and we're going to get some more answers. So if this video helped you out, you can hit that subscribe button. It'll be right there. You can watch another video right around here somewhere. And until next time, folks, this guy out.